Beautiful, fresh Tuesday morning. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in, no matter where you're watching from. All right, POV is a local nonprofit organization providing training for BIPOC and LGBTQ plus community members who want to work in film, TV, and advertising industries. Joining us now to discuss their work, important work, is Executive Director Biju Pappachan. Good morning.
Good morning, Dina. Nice to see you.
Great to see you, too. Now, I was hoping we are seeing some change if you look around in terms of the scope behind the scenes, in front of the camera, all of it. But you're saying much work needs to be done in the industries of film, TV, and advertising. So tell us what you're seeing and noticing now in 2022.
Well, I think a lot of the efforts that have happened have been addressing the issue of representation through the lens of diversity, which I think has been great. But unfortunately, what that means also is you can hire one or two diverse people, and now you've checked that box of diversity and representation. What POV is working on is shifting that problem and the way we address it by looking at it through the lens of access to training, access to social capital, and access to contacts within the sector who can act on your behalf to get you opportunities and champion on your behalf. Because if you don't know the right people in this industry, you're just not going to break in. And our research has also found that after a couple of years of trying, people end up getting deterred and leaving the industry altogether. So we have an opportunity here, I think, right now, with the sector emerging and booming across the country, with the need for talent to tap into our underserved communities and give them opportunities and access so they can bring us into a turn us into a competitive sector and make us competitive broadly across the industry.
You're so right. The opportunity, the access is so hard as it is. So how do you at POV help? Because I know you said you have to get experience in order to even get through the door to get an interview. How do you get the experience? So how do you help bridge that gap?
Well, I think, first of all, is just demystifying the industry. A lot of it is based on what you know through people you've met. If you can kind of build some pathways from education, pathways without education, and pathways into paid opportunities, I think we can start to see more increase of access and more opportunities for experience. The other big thing is what we call social capital, and that you can look at as networks. You can look at as people that you can reach out to ask the difficult questions, people that can act on your behalf to give you opportunities. I know throughout my career, people have always said, hey, Biju, you can actually do this. Let me take a chance on you. A lot of that doesn't happen in the industry, partly because of necessity. The industry moves fast. There's a shortage of talent. So people that are in closed networks end up getting opportunities. The other part of it is, though, there is no intentionality around changing the culture on places like sets. If you aren't familiar with how to navigate culture on a set, even if you have that opportunity for access, the likelihood of you hanging around if you don't connect is going to be very rare. And that's this idea of social capital. You're only as good as your last job. And if you don't have somebody to help you navigate these complex spaces, I think a lot of folks end up feeling deterred and leaving. So POV tries to provide not only a space where they can come and learn, where they can train in a safe environment, ask those difficult questions. All our programs are run by industry and BIPOC folks from the industry, so they can actually speak to them not only through their lens of personal experience, but also provide pathways into spaces that they currently occupy. And then we finally work with the industry itself and say, look, this is the challenge that a lot of folks are facing. We're in this moment right now where everyone is saying, okay, you know what? We recognize there was a glaring lack of diversity in our sector. What can we do about it now? And now come to us with solutions. And so we have this really exciting opportunity where we're partnering with industry, with government, with community, bringing all those folks together and developing solutions that speak to the needs of all of those groups, while also making it an economic advantage for the sector and for the community, who for far too long have been asked to do this stuff for free, And so I think it's important that we provide them economic access while we're also providing access into the industry.
Yes, you're doing such amazing work. For more information, because I know you're always taking out donations, any help is always welcome. Make sure you head on out, everybody. Check it out, povfilm.org. And the social media channels include a POV Film on Instagram, where people can DM, contact you, and then you can go from there. Thank you for your amazing work, Biju.